Okay. Right. Testing. Testing. This is not a statement. It's just me, Miles, doing detective work in the archives. Which, oh god, that sounded cooler in my head. So, one of the investigation things I need to do is check for past cases. You know, plants moving on their own, vendors popping in and out of existence, that sort of thing. Totally normal stuff, very scientific. Right, okay, so Martin said the flora-related anomalies file is somewhere between fauna and miscellaneous, which is such a wide margin, actually. That's like saying it's somewhere between Adore and France. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oh god! No, that was just a drawer. Or a demon, but probably a drawer. We'll call it a drawer. Right, focus, Carter. You're an investigator now. You can handle whatever this filing system is. Okay, this one says flora. Promising. Very promising. Why are there recipes in here? Who put recipes in the flora box? Who wrote cauliflower bake on an official archival document? Okay. Not helpful. Next box. This one says vegetation responsive. That sounds promisingly ominous. It's empty. Who empties a box, then puts the empty box back? Okay. No, it's fine. Deep breaths. I'm still having fun. This is fine. Let's see. A case about a hedge maze in Devon. A woman who swears a sunflower told her a secret. Nope, that's just a hallucinations report. A note that says, check botany cases? But where are the botany cases? Come on. Whoever was running things before John, I'm just gonna say it. They were a gremlin. A chaos gremlin. Oh my god. Okay. New plan. Find literally anything that mentions plants. Or vendors. Or, I don't know, early morning anomalies. This is hopeless. There's nothing here. I mean, there's stuff, but not useful stuff. Like this useless page that just says, is it haunted? Probably not. Thanks. Very official. Very helpful. This place is going to kill me. And not even in a cool, supernatural way. Just death by paper avalanche. Okay, so archive search results, nothing. Nada. Complete failure. 0% success rate. Not even a little hint. But, I mean, this is still kind of fun. Like, yeah, I'm lost, dust covered, possibly cursed, but I'm doing it. Like, real investigation stuff, real archival work, even if I'm terrible at it. Anyway, I'll just write archive search inconclusive in my notes, and hope John never asks me about what I actually did down here. Right. Turning this off before the shells fall on me. Okay, I don't know why I expected Holdborn to be quieter. It's like standing inside a blender that's legally a bus station. Right. So, Harriet said she bought the plant in 2014, which means I'm basically asking strangers to remember the thrift store succulent from 2 years ago. which is insane. But, here we are. Okay. Alright, first person. A flower stand lady. She seems nice. And grounded. Less likely to yell at me. Hi? Sorry, weird question incoming. I promise I'm not trying to sell you anything.
That's what people trying to sell something usually say.
Right. No, fair. Sorry, I'm doing research for work, kind of ethnobotanical, maybe. I'm still figuring out the job description, honestly.
Alright, love. Go on.
Do you remember a little plant stall around here a while back? Like 2014-ish?
2014. Darling, I barely remember last Christmas.
Yeah, totally fair. Sorry.
Hold on. What kind of stall?
Small. Pots, succulents, maybe. A single guy running it.
We do get pop-ups. Most don't stay long. They sell cheap, disappear, come back 3 days later, pretending I won't notice the mock-up.
So, possible?
Possible. Not ringing a bell though, but that corner sometimes gets used by the chancers, especially early morning.
Early morning. Okay, that's... Thank you, seriously.
You're right. You're sweating like you owe someone money.
Nope, that's just my personality. Okay, so, no clear memory, but she didn't think it was impossible. And she mentioned early morning, which Harriet said too, so maybe not completely pointless. Next. Hi, sorry, can I ask you something, weird?
As long as it's not directions. I give terrible directions.
No, just, do you remember a little plant stall being here a few years ago?
Plant stall? Maybe.
Maybe?
Could be thinking of something else. We got all sorts. Students selling homemade stuff. Some guy who needed hats for pigeons. Don't laugh, it was a whole thing.
I would absolutely, listen to me, absolutely never laugh at pigeon hats.
Good. They were delightful. There was a man, years back, selling plants. But don't quote me. Could have been 2014, could have been 2012. Time's fake.
Yeah, same.
He didn't talk much, I think. That's about it. Didn't buy anything from him. I killed every plant I touch.
Oh my god, same! Thanks. Really. Okay, that one was not super helpful, but also not unhelpful. Like Schrodinger's glue. You remember something like a plant guy just didn't give a date because nobody actually stores calendar data like a computer. Except me, and I'm not reliable either. Alright, one more. Please don't be scary. Hi, sorry, can I bother you for a second?
You're already doing it, kid.
Fair? Okay. Long shot, very long shot. But do you remember an unregistered plant vendor ever setting up around here?
Son, you just described half my job.
Oh.
Look, there have been people selling things without permission. Always, forever. Since Roman times, probably. Could be who you mean.
Anything specific you remember?
No, not unless you set a bin on fire or tried to sell weed disguised as a fern.
I don't think he did that.
Then no. Sorry.
Okay. Thanks, anyway. Well, that was kinda a bust. Not really, but not like a dramatic success either. people vaguely remember a plant guy at some point in their lives, which, yeah, statistically likely. London has 1 million of them. But nobody remembers the details. Nobody's like, oh yes, the mysterious potman of 2014. How could I forget? Which is fair. It's fair. Normal. How memories work. But, and this is maybe just me being excited, nobody dismissed it either. Nobody was like, that definitely never happened. It's all in the mushy middle. The haze of maybe, which is, honestly, exactly where this kind of thing lives. I'm actually really proud of myself for talking to that many strangers. That was terrifying. Okay, heading back. Stopping the tape. Okay, somebody just yelled, "Hey, plant guy!" behind me, which, number one, is not a title I ever expected to have, and number two, I panicked and turned this thing back on. So, welcome back.
You were the one asking about him, right? The bloke with the little pots?
Yes, probably. Sorry, are you with the station, or?
No, nothing official. I used to have a stall here back then.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'd love to ask you some questions, if that's okay.
Couldn't help overhearing. You said 2014, and I don't forget that year.
Okay, this could be something.
I ran a watch repair stall right next to him most days. He wasn't always here, but when he was, he set up early. Earlier than all of us. Didn't talk. Didn't engage.
Did you know him?
Nobody knew him. He barely spoke a word. Didn't ask for help. Didn't take it when it was offered. He just set out those pots in neat little rows.
Do you remember what he looked like?
Older, but not fragile. Face like leather. Hands like he'd worked outside his whole life. Kind of stiff on the left side, like something pulled at his hip.
You seem like you remember a lot.
How could I forget? Something about it wasn't right.
The plants?
Yeah, those little things. People always said they leaned towards the customers, but that's not what bothered me.
What did?
It wasn't that they leaned. It was that they'd lean toward me, too. Even if I wasn't looking, even if I was bent over the table, fixing some kid's Casio, I'd stand up and every pot would be angled toward my stall, like they were checking if I was still there.
Did they ever move while you were watching?
No, never caught one in the act, but I'd turn away for 5 minutes, and they'd be facing me again. Every time.
Did anyone else notice?
People joked about it, called them needy succulents, said they were just chasing light. But I know what direction the sun hits this place, and it wasn't me. After a while, I stopped looking at them altogether. Felt like looking back gave them permission.
That sounds awful.
Worst part, when I'd go home, I'd dream about them. Not nightmares, not monsters, just rows and rows of little pots, all angled toward me, waiting. Haven't had those dreams in years, but hearing you ask about him, it all came back.
Do you remember anything about the man running the stall? Anything unusual?
Just that he'd watch the customers more than the plants. Not in a creepy way, more like he was waiting for something, or someone. But then one day, he just stopped showing up. No goodbye, no clearing his spot, just gone.
Did you ever try to talk to him?
Once, asked him if he needed help carrying his stuff. He just shook his head. Didn't even look at me when he did. Not rude, just closed off. If you're digging into this kid, be careful. Some strange things you can walk around, but others, you look at them too long, and they start looking back.
Thank you. Really.
Yeah. Take care, kiddo.
Holy. Wow. Okay. Okay, that was something real. He remembered him. He remembered the plants. Even the leaning 2 years later. In those dreams. I need to get back. I need to write this down before I forget anything. Stopping tape. Okay. Calling now. Hope she doesn't think this is weird.
Hello. Dr. Northwood speaking.
Hi. Hello. My name is Miles Carter. I'm calling from the Magnus Institute in London.
The Magnus Institute? I'm sorry. What is this regarding?
Right. Yeah. Sorry, that probably sounded out of nowhere. You gave us a statement a couple of years ago, April 2014, about a plant you bought at Holborn Station. I'm the intern handling some of the older files, and I just finished doing an audio reading of your statement today. I was hoping I could ask you a few follow-up questions, if that's alright.
Goodness. I haven't thought about that in quite some time. Yes. I suppose that's alright. What did you need?
Thank you. I really appreciate it. First, I just want to make sure I got the basics right. You bought the plant early in the morning, around 7 or so?
Yes. Very early. I remember the streetlights were still on. I was headed to the hospital.
Right. In the vendor, he spoke to you once when you asked what kind of plant it was. You wrote that he said it grows how it likes?
Yes. Exactly what he said. Flat, as though it wasn't a real answer. But it was the only one he gave.
Do you remember anything else about him? Anything at all?
Not much. He didn't make eye contact. I remember that. He just held out his hand for the money. I don't remember him smiling or frowning or anything. His face was still.
Okay. That lines up with what I heard today. Do you remember anything about the stall? The layout, the other plants?
They all looked similar. Small, green, sturdy. Well, the ones that weren't wilting. That's why I bought one. I thought it would be manageable.
Right. Anything else come to mind? Even if you weren't sure.
I'm not certain about this next part. Memory does strange things.
That's okay. Just mark it as uncertain.
Alright. When I first walked up, it felt like the plants were angled toward me.
Angled toward you?
Not dramatically, just as though they were all slightly turned in my direction. I only noticed it for a moment, and after that I told myself I imagined it. I was exhausted that month. You see things that aren't there when you're constantly braced for bad news.
Thank you. That's helpful to know. As an impression, I mean. There was something else I wanted to ask about. When you picked the plant up, did it feel normal?
Normal. No, not exactly.
Not in a dangerous way, right?
No, nothing like that. It just felt warm. Like holding something someone had been holding a moment before. Not hot, not even warm. Just warm. And it was a cold morning.
Right. Okay. You didn't mention that in the written statement.
I know. It felt too small to matter, and too silly to include at the time.
Not silly. Details help, even on certain ones. Last question, and please feel free to say no if this is too intrusive, but after you threw the plants away, did anything else strange happen?
No, nothing at all. If anything, I slept better. Or, I told myself I did. Sometimes I still look at the empty bit of windowsill without thinking, but that's just habit, not anything else.
Right. Okay, thank you.
There is one more thing. A very small thing.
Anything helps.
After I bought the plant, I remember walking about 10 steps away, and I felt very strongly that I had forgotten something, that I needed to turn around, go back to the stall.
What did you think you forgot?
Nothing. That's the strange part. I checked my bag, checked my pockets. Nothing was missing. The feeling just washed over me, then went away. I've always assumed it was stress.
I understand. I'll note it as just that, a feeling. Thank you, Dr. Northwood. Really, this was very helpful.
I'm glad. It was a strange little episode, but harmless in the end.
If anything else comes to mind, anything at all, you can reach me directly.
Alright. Have a good evening, Mr. Carter.
You too. Warm. Early morning. Angled. Okay. Okay, that's something.